And we're on. Make sure. Live. We're all live. Everybody's live, except got to get over that way a tad bit more. So here we are again. Welcome. Episode 15 of the Mike and Jim Show. So we've done 14 interviews so far, and we have a lot more coming, a lot more on the schedule. We got a calendar now, so every Thursday should be lined up for quite some time. But today, wanted to take some time to talk about who we are, why we do what we do, and what we've learned so far. We've learned a lot in this 14-episode run, so let's take it away and see if we can get with it. Jim, what's your take on all this?
Well, for the last 14 weeks, if you guys have been following us on the live Facebook streams that we've been doing, we've been exposing businesses in Kankakee County, and the motivation behind it's really for us. We're working our deals out by, listening to these business owners, finding out what they've been successful doing.
Yeah.
We've interviewed businesses from 3 months being open to 60 years with some of them.
Yeah, and I live right across the street from Jim, and been here for a few years, but just this past year started talking a little bit more. We got to talking one night. It was late at night too, like 10 o'clock. And I'm a buffet fan. I'm a big buffet fan. Golden Corral's coming to town, so I wanted to get their take from the Coyote Canyon as to what Jim thought about Golden Corral coming to town, because he's been through so many buffets. A lot have come and gone, but Coyote Canyon's always been here. So I'm like, man, it'd be interesting to find out what the owner of the canyon says about this. And that's where the idea was set in. That was the seed that was planted right there. Well, let's interview him on Facebook Live. So we called up the canyon at 10:06 p.m. on a Tuesday night, and he got back to us the next morning after we left a message for him. And he was ready to go, and he couldn't wait to interview with us. And since then, it was so much fun, we just didn't want to stop. So now it's like an every week thing. And I think after that was Dina at the Village Pub.
Yeah.
I learned something from every single one of these interviews, too. And from her, it actually sunk in. It makes total sense, but you got to stay disciplined with your routine. And that's where it kind of set in. So I've been getting better at getting disciplined with the routine, but I picked that up from Dina. What are some things that you learned along the way?
Well, before I jump into a few of those, because we do have a list, we want to acknowledge everybody that we've tagged on these videos too that have already been participants in the 14 interviews.
Right.
But the only reason this has really worked and it's been beneficial for more than just me and Mike and the businesses we're interviewing is from our audience. So if you guys are on the live stream right now, we appreciate you giving us that time. Go ahead and hit the like button and share this out to somebody here if you are local. And if you're not local, hopefully you get some good value out of the content we put out about why businesses are successful and general awareness.
Oh, you'll most definitely learn something from all of these videos, and that's why we're doing this. We figure if we're learning, we might as well put it on Facebook Live so you can learn as well, because it's just good stuff that you otherwise wouldn't know. And we'll go over some of those things. But also, if there's somebody you want us to interview, you got a friend with a business, or if you're starting a business, or if you've been around for a few years and you just want some free exposure, let us know. We just want to interview pretty much anybody and everybody as long as it's fun. And we're having fun right now, so we'll keep the party going.
Yeah, and so far, too, it's resulted in increase in revenues for the businesses. I mean, we have tangible, trackable referrals that have been coming from these Facebook live streams. Let's touch on that, too. We're going to be transitioning a lot of our live uploads to YouTube. So subscribe to our channel. We included the link in on my post. And you can subscribe to the channel. We got a couple episodes up right now. We're just figuring this out, so we'll get all 14 loaded up here shortly. And again, if you got somebody you want us to highlight, now's the time to put it on there. Hey, before we jump into some of this content, why do you think people have a hard time getting on camera sometimes?
Yeah, that's a good
question. Can we talk about that?
Well, it's been said that somebody's biggest fear is public speaking.
Yeah.
Just getting in front of people and talking. And I've been up in front of quite a few people, and I don't mind getting up on stage talking in front of people. I think it's one of those things, but the more you practice it, the better you're going to get at it. But sometimes you're just going to be in the position to where you just have to do it. I'm not sure. Maybe they're afraid of what people are thinking about them when they're up there. Do I look foolish up on stage? Am I saying what they want to hear? Are they listening to me? Maybe you're just thinking too much. If you know what you're talking about and you're up on stage in front of somebody, then obviously you got what it takes. Somebody's got confidence in you to get you up on stage. So if you know it, then just be confident in yourself. But I don't really understand why most just don't want to get in front of the camera. What's your take?
I think it's the nervousness of what you said, like the judgment. And everybody has kind of that nervousness when meeting someone, or that awkward And I think like that emotion of the nervousness, in my opinion, I recognize it as excitement. So like I get excited to do those things. So I think it's like a mindset thing. But I think it's just putting yourself out there is scary sometimes. And that's why I think most people, they're not confident in their own self-image sometimes. At least what I've experienced in my business. You probably see that a lot too in your gym, right?
Well, if you take two people, one person's afraid of spiders and the other person's not afraid of spiders, the problem is it's not the spider, it's the way you think about the spider. So change the way you think about some of these things. But but this is free exposure, so if you know your business, you know yourself, you should find it easy to talk about your business in front of the camera. I can understand talking about a topic that you may not be confident in, and then I can understand being nervous while going up on stage or being on the camera. But if you know who you are, you know your business, and you know what you're talking about, just be yourself for about 15 minutes and jump on the Live with Mike and Jim show one of these weeks and let us know if you know of somebody that would be a good fit for this. But yeah, no, I'm having fun doing this, and we haven't really missed a beat yet.
No, not at all.
We got the next few weeks lined up. We got Angie Crane coming at you in the next couple of weeks, so be on the lookout for that at Vanity Salon. But anything else you want to add before we go on to the next?
Well, I think so. So Mike didn't know I was about to do this too because we are on camera. Mike expresses to me sometimes that it's difficult to talk about yourself. I don't know what it is, but it's something with being able to refer your buddy's business almost easier than it is talking about your own.
Maybe so.
I think there's some psychology to that. But to your point, if you know your business, you can speak confidently about it.
Yeah.
Some of my audience out here, they might not know what you do.
No, a lot of you don't know what I do. I was a personal trainer for 18 years out of my life, and I never planned on having a gym. It just never really, I thought it was going to be too expensive to get involved. So I was just like, well, I'll just be a trainer, independent contractor, and just do that. That's pretty much what I did. And I've had a lot of odd and end jobs, too. I worked on the railroad, worked in a few factories, I've bartended, I've waited tables, I've delivered pizzas. I've had all the regular jobs, too. But I've spent 18 out of the last 25 years or so personal training. And this last time around, I've been training back in this area again since 2009. And I was kind of backed into a corner, had to do something. And so I just ended up buying my own equipment. They lowered my pay at the fitness center I was working at. And I either had to get a real job and personal train part-time or be a full-time gym owner. So I found some equipment for cheap. It was the good price. The timing was right. And I just opened up my own gym and started off small, like Natalie said from the art gallery. She just says, the Moon Cookie Gallery, she says, jump in and make corrections on the go. And that's pretty much what I did. I didn't really know what I was doing. I'm not a natural born businessman. I've always ran my own independent contracting, personal training, one-on-one deal. But as far as running a business, I needed to learn, but I was willing to learn. I was going to KCC for business at the time, and I just finished that last May. And so I was learning on the go there, but I was also getting experience. Experience is the best teacher. And so that's pretty much what I did. It's been a little over 3 years now. So I got a small gym over in Bourbonnais on Larry Power Road called Fit Body U. I don't advertise much. I'm all Facebook and word of mouth. But if you're ever going to Walmart or Target and you live in Bourbonnais and you're using Larry Power, you'll see me right there before the tracks and after the overpass. So be on the lookout for that. And that's pretty much and I'm still trying to learn. And that's why I'm doing these interviews, because I learn from people like this, because I need to get more business minded. And that's pretty much why I'm doing this, as Jim's explained in the past. But then we can talk about Jim as well. Jim's one of the hardest workers I know. He's always over here doing work all the time. So he's dedicated to his business too. So he's perfect for this role. So talk about your Spa Remedy a little bit and how you guys do, because my audience doesn't know you either. A lot of them don't anyway. So this is Jim, Spa Remedy, Broadway. If you're going to get a massage or a facial, you got to go check them out. Spa Remedy on Broadway for the ultimate experience. Tell them a little bit about it.
Yeah, so for you guys that don't know me, my name's Jim Kuckie. You spell it a little differently, but at Jim Kuckie, follow me on any of the social networks. I'd love to connect with you guys. Just like 3 years ago, this October will be our 3rd year in business for Spa Remedy. That was one of my first companies that we started with me and my wife, Maggie. She's not here with us right now, but she's a nurse and a licensed massage therapist for the last 13 years. And I worked at Best Buy, so I was in retail management for the last decade. I was doing sales training for retail stores and sales managers, retail store management, and supervised teams over different departments, mainly focused around sales, and then operations is what I learned into becoming a store manager. So like retail management was what I had known growing up with.
Yeah.
I didn't go to school. I don't believe, from all the content you guys see, there's no blueprint for business. And when I was 26, so this was
no blueprint.
Yeah, like
there's no one way.
There's no one single way to do it the right way. And that's why, 3 years ago when I decided to step down from my management role at Best Buy, me and my wife, we wanted to start a spa. We had the idea. She wanted to do massage out of, not out of the house, but part-time as she was working full-time as a nurse. And from there, we gathered as many people that had something to gain from it, licensed massage therapists, licensed estheticians, people that believed in our look, feel, be a better you.
Yeah.
And to your point, there's no one single way to grow your business successfully, but what's found it so amazing for us to be able to do it is the people that we surrounded ourselves with. Because without them, we wouldn't be to where we're at right now as an award-winning day spa and having 2 locations now in just under 3 years.
Yeah, talking to people makes things happen.
Yes.
So
hard work does pay off.
Yeah, it certainly does. So some of the things we've learned here, like Matt Nanos, he was another one that said it's all about the customer.
Yep.
And even though you might be a small business, maybe you don't have too many customers, so every customer has to count. He hit home on that point big time. And that was a Facebook Live video that day, so anything could happen. So customers were coming in during the interview, so you got to see how he handled
that video
customers during a Facebook Live video. These weren't actors or nothing, so that's what we love about Facebook Live is there's no going back and doing it over again. Mm-hmm. So that's something I picked up from Matt Nanos, and we've done many more since then. But yeah, just clear up on that point.
Yeah, well, and so go back and check out the videos. We can cover a lot of different points, but we're not going to go over our 15 or 20 minutes, and that's what we're formatting our videos around. We want to have a 15 to 20-minute interview.
We want to make them quick.
We want to highlight the business. Me and Mike want to learn something about the business that's going to benefit us and how we run our businesses, and we want to share that knowledge with you. So if you guys have a suggestion, make sure you tag those people, get them comments, direct message. But some of the other people we want to highlight that we've had on the show so far, we got a list here, go down. We had, after we did Matt Nanos, we had Brent Davis from Farmers Insurance, Jerry Coons from CNG, Brittany and Scott Manu from Sammy's Pizza, Don Kroll from the Paradox Emporium. We mentioned Dina.
Brittany and Scott was a good one too.
Yeah.
Scott's dad was even there. We didn't even know he was going to be in the video. And it's like I was asking Scott, so how'd your dad do this and that? And he's like, I don't know, ask him. And then out of the darkness, his dad came.
He was there.
Yeah, that was
showing
cool
up every day.
Too. Maria was, that was one of our...
Beef O'Brady's.
They're all great interviews. Maria's was exceptionally well because of what she had to say about the marketing and advertising. So if you can go back and watch the Beef O'Brady's interview, Maria gave some good information in that one there. And, we got more coming up. And so, I think I met you at Best Buy, too, like you were talking before the first time. Was that, because, I don't know what you were doing. You were a manager role at Best Buy, but you were all about customer service then. So I think I was looking for something, and that's probably how you came up to me. But I remember how you were in the customer service department at Best Buy. And, I was here when he left Best Buy, too, so it was cool to see him make that transition. And it was cool to see Maggie make her transition to get out of nursing to do this full time. So Spot Remedy's on the up and up, and we'll have more. Anything else you want to add? We just kind of threw this together. This whole series is pretty much jumping in and making corrections on the go. We don't know what we're doing. We just did a video 1. We're doing this every single week. We just got the YouTube video channel going on, so we're making corrections on the go. So let us know if you have any suggestions for us as well.
Yeah, we appreciate the feedback. We appreciate the subscribers on YouTube. That's letting us know who's actually engaged with us.
Yeah.
And then also, that's a great way for us to be able to communicate with you guys too, because we wanna be able to connect with people in the community, not just around our businesses, but just really anything that's gonna fit in with our community of people as well.
Yeah. Have you tried out Moe's yet? Moe's Southwest Grill?
No, that just opened up.
Yeah.
I find that's a pretty unique franchise they got set up.
When I was in Georgia for a month, I used to work for the railroad. I had to become an engineer, which took a month of school in Georgia. So I lived in a hotel for a month, but there was a Moe's Southwest Grill right down the road. And man, I loved it, and I ate it almost every single day. And when I left, it was my last meal. And then here I find out we're getting one in Bradley, Illinois a lot. So I'm like, sweet, because you don't find too many Moe's in Illinois, I don't think.
I've never seen it before, and then now I've heard about it.
Yeah, and they get their healthy chicken tacos. So I'm sending my clients there a lot. So healthy chicken tacos. I just get 2 tacos, but it's like 2 tacos, no drink, less than $7. So go check that out sometime. But they just opened up, and the line's not too big now. The first day it was packed, jam-packed, but now the line's not too bad. You kind of get in and out, and they're pretty. They got a lot of staff members there too. And,
you know what I'd like to interview?
Who's that?
I'd like to interview someone with a meal prep company.
Meal prep company.
Yeah.
Well, you got the bodybuilder chef. He's on Instagram. I think he's bodybuilder chef on Instagram.
David Basile.
Right.
Yep,
so
Fresh
he would be
Basile.
the guy right there. So if you guys know David Basile, get him out to us.
Yeah, we'd like to interview him. It'd be great.
I've never met him in person, but he has been to my gym before, dropping off some food to my members. Yeah, he delivers food. Every town could use a meal prep service, and this is the only guy that's really got one right now. And it's great quality food too, and he delivers it to you. So if you need your meals prepped, he's a bodybuilder. So if you guys do macros, he can put it all together for you. So all you got to do is open it up and eat it, and make sure you stop. But a meal, because when I go to Kansas and all of St. Louis, all those little towns around there have meal prep services.
Yeah.
And we don't have many of those around here.
Not
So we certainly use meal prep
suburbs.
because people are getting more concerned with their dieting, and a lot of people are more into macros now. They're not just eating healthy foods; they're into more macros. And for those of you who don't know what macros are, that's just a combination of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. You got to come to my gym if you want to talk more about that. Video is not enough time for today. But
I want to highlight too, because we talk about food prep and someone out there doing something. But he's also a full-time chef too. So for you guys that are out there that are curious and wanting to open up their own business, I think that not everybody's born to be a business owner. There's a lot that goes along with it. But if you ever wanted to try and do something on your own, start with something like that. Find a need that you can solve for people, and be able to provide a service or a product that helps solve the need. And start it in your spare time. I mean, in my opinion, it's great to have different streams of income coming in. And I'm learning that as a business owner.
He says 7 streams of income is what you're supposed to have.
Yeah. And I know, like, some of the audience out there, they're working their 9 to 5s, for lack of better terms.
Right.
But there's nothing wrong with working for someone. I worked 10 years for corporate America, and Best Buy gave me all the skills that I have today, basically. So,
yeah, and that's what Brent Davis said too. He said Best Buy gave him the skills to open up his insurance company. So Best Buy, they got a good little deal going on with their employees and the way they train their people.
Yeah, so learn from whoever you're working for right now. I mean, you could always work for someone else. That's perfectly fine too, as long as you're happy. But if you've had that feeling where you want more, or you want to have something of your own, you don't have to quit your job to start. You can just start, and then when it outweighs, go full time.
And you might hate your job. Maybe you're working at a pizza place, you're working at McDonald's, or you're bartending, or you just don't like what you're doing for whatever reason. But if you do the best that you possibly can at the job that you're currently at, you will eventually develop skills over time, which will reward you when you finally find your career down the road. Because you might be picking up, people skills now, or social skills now, or multitasking skills now, or organizational skills now, that you might not get down the road. So get these now and take advantage of it. Just do your best at the job you're currently at. I think that's about it. I got to go eat real quick and meet Emerson at the gym here at about 1 o'clock. So
sounds good. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys that stayed on the live stream. If you're watching the replay, appreciate you guys staying to the end. Yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Catch us next Thursday.
Yeah, I kind of like, we can do shows like this sometimes. We just talk about businesses in the area. We'll do that. Yeah. So instead of interviewing a guest, we'll just talk about new businesses in the area. Things like that, and we'll give them some shout outs too. So stay tuned. Thursdays, live with Mike and Jim. Thanks for watching.
Boom, boom.
That was live right day.
That was fun.